kahit di mo alam. Subukan muli at pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan. Natapos na ang lahat, nandito pa rin ako. Kahit tagal ko rin kahit tagal ko rin hindi sumuko. Ingatan mo siya. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me on so
Isn't she
tight.
lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? There's so amazing.
Sana ulo mo sa unan, katawan mo ay aking hukumutan. Oh, gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Hawak ka mo, pikit mata, sumasabay sa musika. At night, I think of you.
I want to be your lady.
Like a dream come true. 2, 1, be with you. 3, girl, let's lay the scene. You're the only one for me.
It's too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better.
I must stick with you forever.
Nobody gonna take me higher.
I must stick with you. You're the only one for me.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. 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 Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit
ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita.
Hey there baby, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy. Kahit sinong lalaki mo babaliw sa'yo. Panahon nandun ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di maasahan may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta magkasama ka.
Bakit ba kung kailan ka inaisip na di bitawan? Ikaw yung paraiso, di ba?
Di ko mapayag na di kita kita kasama. Kung magkayagap dahil pa mag-asawa, nakaalalay sa anumang bagay. Wala man ako sa sarili, laging nandaan ka.
Ang isayaw ng mabagal.
So ko lang gusto.
Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na hanang magkikita.
You and me together, gusto ko sa'kin ikaw. Pangako sa iyo, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Mahalin ka, wala nang iba. Ikaw lang ang aking dalagang Pilipina. Ikaw yung dalaga, ikaw yung prinsesa. Pag nawala ka pa, nakakawalang gana, baby.
Kaso lang wala na nga, pero alam ko na masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa, makakatumbas na yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo, ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na nami-miss kita, na nami-miss kita.
Sabihin ko pa rin ang baby ko, baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarisal pa rin kita, ipagdarisal pa rin kita.
Ikaw na maganda na talaga sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, ulit tayong magsasama. Nadarang na naman sa'yong apoy. Bakit ba laging hinayaan?
May nakita kong isang lalaki, di ko malimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita? Ako'y di mapagali.
Ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayong magbabaga pag nanalamig, o magdamag na gasindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali.
Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ko'y mahiyain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baga pwede ka na mapasakin kung gusto mo sa
Baby,
piling.
pauwi na
Tell me if you want me, baby. Tell me if you want me, if you want me, if you want me, baby.
I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ko galit, baby, uwi ka na. Hinihintay kita dito kanina pa. I just want your body, na na na.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah. Ikaw na pala ang may-ari ng damdamin ng minamahal ko.
Pakisabi na lang na huwag nang mag-alala, okay lang ako.
Parang tangang kausap ang tala at buwan. Naghihintay ng meron sa gitna ng kawalan.
Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo, akala ko'y hanggang dulo. Kaya At humiling ako kay Bathala. Sana ay hindi na siya luluha pa.
Kapag naalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at tawa sa aking mga mata. Ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya.
Ingatan mo siya. Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko rin binubuo. Na kahit tagal ko
Sa
rin
bawat saglit nandun masaktan, kahit di mo alam.
subukang muli
At pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan.
Natapos na ang lahat, nandito pa rin ako.
Kailan kaya muling magkakatawa?
Di ko alam, di ko alam.
Ingatan mo siya.
Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko rin binubuo. Kahit tagal ko rin hindi sinuko. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me oh so
Isn't
tight.
she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? There's no
Sundan mo
minute.
sana ang ulo mo sa unan. Katawan mo ay aking kukumutan. Oh, gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Hawak kamay,
Pikit mata, sumasabay sa musika. At night, I think of you.
I want to be your lady.
One, like a dream come true. Two, wanna be with you. Three, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me.
It's too
Yeah.
good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better.
I must stick with you forever.
Nobody gonna take me higher.
I must stick with
You. 1, 2, 3. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
na mabagal.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Whoa.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na nami-miss kita. Na nami-miss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. ipagdarasal pa rin kita.
Hey there baby, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy, kahit sinong lalaki mo babaliw sa'yo. Panahon nandun ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di naisahan may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata, kasi okay na naman ako basta magkasama ka.
Bakit ba kung kailan ka inaisip na di bitawan, ikaw yung paraiso, di ba?
Di ko mapayag na di kita kasama. Kung magkayagap daig pa mag-asawa, nakaalalay sa anumang bagay. Wala man ako sa sarili, laging mandaan ka.
Ang isayaw ng mabagal.
Gusto ko lang gusto.
Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na tanang magkikita.
You and me together, gusto ko sa'kin ikaw. Pangako sa iyo, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Mahalin ka, wala nang iba. Ikaw lang ang aking dalagang Pilipina. Ikaw yung dalaga, ikaw yung prinsesa. Pag nawala ka pa, nakakawalang gana, baby.
Kaso lang wala na nga, pero alam ko na masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa, magkakatong basta yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo, ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na nami-miss kita, na nami-miss kita.
Sabihin ko pa rin ang baby ko, baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita, ipagdarasal pa rin kita.
Ikaw na maganda na talaga sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, ulit tayong magsasama. Nadarang na naman sa'yo nga boy, bakit ba laging hinayaan?
May nakita kong isang lalaki, di ko malimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita? Ako'y di mapagali.
Ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayong magbabaga pag nalalamig, o magdamag na gasindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali.
Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ako'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baga pwede ka na mapasakin kung gusto mo sa
Baby,
piling mo.
pauwi na
Tell me if you want me, baby. Tell me if you want me, if you want me, if you want me, baby.
I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ko galit, baby, uwi ka na. Hinihintay kita dito kanina pa. I just want your body, na na.
Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata.
Ikaw na ang pinaka maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah. Ikaw na pala ang may-ari ng damdamin ng minamahal ko.
Pakisabi na lang na huwag nang mag-alala, okay lang ako.
Parang tangang kausap ang tala at buwan, naghihintay ng meron sa gitna ng kawalan.
Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo, akala ko'y hanggang dulo, kaya't humiling ako kay Bathala. Sana ay hindi na siya luluha pa.
Kapag naalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at tuwa sa aking mga mata, ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya.
Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal na kahit tagal ko rin binubuo, na kahit tagal ko
Sa
rin
bawat saglit, hanggang masaktan, kahit di mo alam.
subukang muli at pagbigyan.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. It's been a while since I've seen you all here. And it's also been a while since huli ako nagturo sa batch ninyo again. Welcome. So, for those of the uninitiated who are probably not aware, no? Kaya kami nandito ngayon. Wait, maglolo ko yung live chat ko for some reason. For those who are probably not aware, no? We are here to actually conduct some lectures for a charity named Damayan Para sa Sambayanan. And excuse me. Tao dito? As I said, we're here to conduct lectures for a cause kasi they have partnered with us sa kung saan magtuturo kami for a cause, and hopefully the donations from these streams will go to the respective victims, no? Or rather the victims of the typhoon, no? Nang sa ganon, makatulong rin kami in our own simple ways. So to donate, please to actually take a look in the description box down below. Nandyan po lahat ng ating detalye, since you will not actually be forwarding the money to us, but rather to our partner institution, or rather our partner charity, which is, again, once I say, Damayan Para sa Sambayanan. So I'd like to give a shout out dyan kina Vince Labenya and company for hooking up with us here in this program. And now, no, I've been asked to discuss auditing problems sa batch ninyo. So for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, I'll be discussing audit probs. But for now, magfo-focus po ako sa audit of equity investments. Tomorrow, magde-debt tayo. And probably some comprehensive problems in between. Okay? So, yun ang i-discuss natin, especially since your quizzes are relatively fast approaching. So, maganda yun ang pagtalakayan natin ngayon. Okay? So, let's start. Audit of equity investments tayo. Ayan. At ang pangit ng aking camera, ayusin natin siya. Okay, so once again, I'll be discussing, the audit of equity investments or equity securities. So that was one of the focal points of your exam this week, so Odd Probs. Also, shoutout pala dyan sa ating, how many are you guys? 18 viewer or 21. Ilan ba talaga ang gulo ng YouTube na to? Kamusta pala kayo dyan, guys? Live chat before I start. Kamusta pala kayo dyan? Kay mahiya mag-chat, ako lang naman to. Kilala niyo naman siguro ako sa tagal ko na nagtuturo sa AMV, ano? Okay. So kung nahihiya kayo mag-chat to the 18 concurrent viewers, it's fine. I hope you guys will participate, awa ng Diyos. Kasi, yes, this will be a relatively, hindi mo siguro long, sakto lang, no? Discussion. Again, sana naman mag-respond kayo sa live chat because syempre, you guys, I believe na this is a two-way street. Hindi pwedeng ako lang lahat mag-joke, ako lang lahat magdadala. Ano? Okay. So once again, I'll be discussing the audit of equity investments or equity securities. Okay. So let's get started. Rekta na tayo sa problem since, let's be real, odd probs are really just about problems, not much on the theories itself. Okay. In 2020, Ginecol Incorporated acquired the following portfolio of equity instruments and reported the following information. So, binigyan po tayo ng table ng various equity shares of stock na hawak nila. Okay? On October 1, 2021, di ko pala na-change yung table. I'm so sorry about that. Wait. I just realized I should change this. This should be to 20. This should actually be, 2020 and 2021. Kaya pala dito mutugma. Buti napansin ko. But again, anything happens when you're live. So again, I'm sorry for that. I'm just human. Okay, let's get back. Ayan. So once again, on October 1, 2021, Ginecol sold half of its investment in Lee for 325,000 pesos. All of the investments were for trade. So ayan. Okay, so let's focus now on answering these three questions. Now, sabi dyan, how much is taken to profit or loss? How much daw yung gain or sale? Tsaka how much yung unrealized holding gains or loss to be presented in profit or loss in the year ended. Okay. Okay. So, start tayo. Una, isipin muna natin. Review tayo ng konti sa Intact 1 nyo. Ano nga bang equity investments? Equity investments are your shares of stock, right? Shares of stock. Meaning, sabi nga daw nila, these are units of ownership. Kung naaalala nyo yung diniscuss ko nung nagturong business combi, these are units of ownership. So pag bumili ka ng isang piraso nito, it represents may-ari ka ng korporasyon. So same goes here, but for this case, hindi ka pang parent subsidiary, but rather more of pang FBP at FBPL ka, no? Anyway, so yun yung nangyayari dito. Now for this case, as you can see, ang lahat tayo all for trade. Ano ngayon kung for trade? So kung for trade, edi FVPL po yun. Kasi for short-term profits or losses. And also, if you remember in my discussion, pag FVPL, nagbebenta ka, buy and sell ka talaga ng shares of stock. Samantala, pag FVOCI, ito yung mga tipong pang matagalan mo. Hindi mo talaga intensyong ibenta in the short run. But rather, gusto mo siyang panghawakan in the long run. Okay? So let's get back sa problem. Ang sabi daw, all of the investments were for trade. So what does it mean? Di lahat yan, FVPL. Kasi nga, all of the investments were for trade. So pasok yan lahat dyan. So wala tayong problema. Okay. So, isa-isahin natin sila. Kilatisin natin since hinihingan tayo ng profit or loss for the year ended 2020. Okay. So, Bull, Bu, Li, and To. Okay. So, meron tayong purchase price, transaction costs, and their respective fair values on year-end of 2020. So, madali lang naman. Basic lang. So, yung purchase price at saka yung fair value at December 31, 2020. Compare lang natin. Yun lang naman yun. Okay? So, magkano purchase price? Ito, 300, 450, 540, and 610. Okay? So, i-compare ko lang siya sa fair value. So, ilista ko lang din, given naman sa problem. 350, 410, and 640, and 650. Okay? So, total natin yung dalawa. So, live chat, can you please give me the total of their respective columns? Ano yung total ng purchase price column natin? Live chat. Once again, shout out to our active 18 viewers as of the moment. Thank you very much for sa pagtangkilik ng stream namin ngayon. 19 na ngayon bigla, dumami. Hello sa'yo, sa sino mang dumaan. Okay, so 1,900,000 daw ang total ng purchase price. Okay. So 1.9 million. Now, dun sa total fair values at December 31, 2020, magkano? Magkano naman yung total nun? Ang sabi daw ay, okay, 1,900,000, that's for the purchase price. Yung sa fair value at December 31, 2020, magkano yung total nun? $2,050,000, okay. So yan na yan. So yan yung mga total nila. Okay? So how do you compute for your net realized gain or loss? Unrealized gains or loss rather. Di ko namin difference. So magkano difference nila? So that is, I believe, check na lang ha, is it 150,000? Yung calculator ko ay nawawala. Hindi ko mahanap. Alright. Hindi ko mahanap yung, ayun pala. Na? Pa-check, is it 150,000? Net gain, okay. So that's the net gain, unrealized gain. Pero hinihingi kasi how much is taken to profit or loss. So, kilatisin pa natin lalo ano ba yung mga laman o yung mga naganap ng 2020. So, sabi dito, meron transaction cost, may broker's fee. So, i-total din natin yung mga broker's fee nila. Total din natin. So, meron akong 5,000 dito, meron akong 10K dito, 12,500, tsaka 15,000. Okay. Total yung nga yan. Paki-check nga, is it 42,500? Okay, thank you for that. So, yan yung total broker's fees natin. So, what are the implications? Dahil FVPL nga tayo, ang broker's fees or transaction costs are treated as OPEX. So, bale, expense yan. So, bale, suma total, ano ngayon ng taken to profit or loss? So, yung net unrealized gains na FVPL natin is 150,000. At saka yung transaction cost or broker's fees nating 42,500. Okay? Minus natin kasi as I said, expense. Okay? So, ano ngayon ang kinalabasan niyan? Yan yung total taken to profit or loss. Yeah. So, bale, magkano ngayon? Takihin ko na konti itong facecam ko. Yan. Okay. So, bale, magkano total? 107,500. So, that's the answer for number 1. Okay? Next, what is the gain on sale on Lee Incorporated's security? Okay. So, pagpatuloy natin. Kailan daw binenta? October 1. Okay. So, kalahati daw ng Lee binenta. Madali lang naman. So, debit cash. Sabi daw, they sold it for 325,000. So, the debit cash, 325. Wala problema. Credit Lee, FVPL. Magkano? Sabi daw, half. So, magkano ba yung latest na halaga ni Lee as of October 1, 2021? That is 640,000. Ito po yon. Okay? So, kunin natin yung kalahati niyan. So, 640 divided by 2, that is 320,000. Okay? Kaya, credit Lee, FVPL, 320K. Again, saan galing? Kalahati eh. So, kinuha ko yung kalahati ng latest yung halaga, which is yung 640,000 na from the latest fair value adjustment from 2020. Again, saan nakuha yung 320? Kinuha ko siya dito sa 640. Kalahati niyan. Ano yung 640? Yun po yung pinakahuling fair value niya nung huling adjustment. Kailan yung huling adjustment? December 31, 2020. Kailan ba binenta yan? October 1, 2021. Okay? So, ayan na. So, debit cash, 325. Creditly, FVPL. So, anong balancing figure ko? Kulang 5,000 sa kanan. Isipin natin. Nakatanggap ako. Shoutout sa'yo dyan. Ano, first name, last name, walang pangalan. Pero kung sino subscribe, shoutout sa'yo. Again, nakatanggap ako ng 325,000 pesos. In exchange, nakabenta ako ng worth 320,000 na shares. Again, nakatanggap ako ng worth 325,000 pesos na pera. Pero nakapagbenta ako ng 320,000 na shares. So, ano meron? Tubo. Kumita ako. Kaya, gain on sale yan. Okay? So, yan ang sagot sa number 2. How much the gain on sale? 5,000. Shoutout po pala sa original author ng problem na ito. I just adapted your problem. You know who you are. I look up to you very much. Okay. So again, how much the gain on sale? 5,000. Okay? So, unrealized gain or loss to be presented in P&L for the year ended December 31, 2021. Okay. So, ituloy lang natin to. Burahin ko na itong broker's fee, ha? So, burahin ko muna to. Papakita lang natin yung magkano daw yung UGL, unrealized gain or loss, in December 31, 2021. Okay, so fair value at December 31, 2021. Ang pangit ng aking sulat. Okay, so ilista ko lang ulit, okay? 345, 400, 350, and 700. Okay? Oops, bagong lahat. Tandaan nyo, nilagyan ko ng kulay itong 640. Diba? Bakit? Remember, yan yung nabenta natin. So, kung ikukumpara ko yan sa 350,000, dapat hindi ko ikumpara yung 640. Kasi yung 640 na yan, wala pa akong nabibenta ni 5 duling dyan. Tandaan natin, nagbenta na ako ng kalahati niyan. Kaya, from 640, gagawin ko na lang tong 320. Excuse me. Okay? Again, saan nanggaling? Remember, yung 640, nabenta natin yung kalahati. So, tinanggal ko lang yung kalahati niya. Para pag kinompare ko to, ito, lahat yan, tsaka dito, tugma siya. Okay? So, bale, hindi na to 2,050,000. Magkano na lang? I believe this should be 1,730. Kindly check. Lalagyan ko ng red ink indicating nagbago, ha? Kindly check, is this 1730 after kung baguhin yung 640,000, yung total? Okay, thank you very much. So, 1730. So, total na lang yung last column natin, yung fair value at December 31, 2021. Total na lang to, kung magkano man. $1,795. Okay. So, bale, magkano ang net? So, magkano difference ng dalawang to naman? Paint ko yung kulay para stand out. So, magkano difference nila? Naisentro ko para maganda. 65,000. Net gain, net loss. Siyempre, gain. Kasi, nung una, 1730. Tapos, tumaas. Naging 1795. Kaya, net gain yan. Okay? So, ayan. So, how much unrealized gain or loss to be presented in profit or loss? 65,000 net gain. Okay? So, yan ang mga sagot sa problem number 1. O, diba? Sisiw lang talaga, diba? Sobrang dali lang. Mukhang nakakatakot, pero sobrang dali lang talaga ng problem na to. Okay? So, any questions, guys? Before we proceed to the next problem? Am I going too fast din pala? To our dear audience, masyado po ba akong mabilis? Okay, mahiya. Ako lang to. Kilala niyo naman ako. Masyado po ba ako mabilis sa pag-lecture or sakto lang yung pacing? Kasi if it's too fast, I'm willing to go a lot slower. Sabi di ba, sakto lang daw? Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, mukhang nabawasan tayo ng viewers. Okay. So, sabi sa sakto lang, let's continue. Okay, problem number 2. Okay. Sony Corporation, March 1, 2020, purchased 3,000 of the ordinary shares of Ronald at a market value of $240 per share. Transfer taxes and broker's commissions totaling 3,600 were paid. And during the year, may mga nangyari in chronological order. Okay. And sabi daw, all investments above are designated at FVPL. Okay, di walang problema. So, let's start. So, on March 1, 2020, saan na ba? Saan naman pwede mag-start? Dito na lang. Okay. March 1, 2020, bumili daw. Okay? So, debit, magkano ba to? Ronald, FVPL. How much? 3,000 times 240. So, 3,000 times 240, that is 720,000 pesos. Okay? Tapos, meron din tayong transaction costs na, kano yun? 3,600. Lalabas, lahat ng perang nilabas ko, 723,600. Bongga, di ba? Okay. Any question about the first journal entry? Wala? Okay, parang wala naman. Okay. So, number 2. Ano nangyari daw? Ayun, receive dividends in the form of 1 nipahat, ordinary shares, about 10 Ronald. Okay. So, nagpamigay siya ng dividends in the form of shares of a different company. So, anong tawag dun? Property dividends. Ha? Kuya, parang, di ba shares binigay? Di ba ta share dividends yan? Oo, alam ko. Minsan nakakalito, di ba? Ganito kasi, pag binigyan, kunwari, si Sunny, ito na lang, kunwari, no? Stockholder ka ng UST. Sabi ni UST sa'yo, dahil shareholder ka, huy, may shares ako ng Lasal. Wala ko paggagamitan, sa'yo na lang. Pag binigyan ka ng shares ng Lasal, property dividends yan. Pero pag sabi ni UST, shareholder ka, huy, gusto kita bigyan ng shares ko pa, shares ng UST, para lumaki yung hawak mo sa akin. Pag narinig mo yon, para lumaki yung hawak mo sa akin, dumami yung shares mo sa akin na hawak mo sa akin. Basically, dumami yung shares mo sa UST, yun ang share dividends natin. So for this case, ano to? Property dividends. Bakit? Nagbigay kasi ng shares ng ibang company. Pero pag sarili mong shares ng sarili mong company, yun yung bonus issue or share dividends. Okay? So bali paano to? Ganito lang naman yan. So nagbigay daw ng dividends. So sa bawat, anong sabi? Sa bawat 10 Ronald may isang snipahat. Okay. So ilang Ronald ang hawak ko ngayon? 3,000. Okay? Sabi daw, sa bawat isang nipahat, meron akong 10 Ronald na katumbas. Cancel. Bali ilang nipahat yan? 300. Magkano isang nipahat, sabi? So binigyan tayo ng tawag dito? Price. So magkano? Nipahat shares for at 250 and 360. Ayun, shoutout sa'yo dyan sa bago nag-subscribe. Nakakatawa, ang dami namin notifications ngayon sa nag-subscribe. Pili ko galing first year din yan. Sana meron din sa'yo mag-subscribe na bago dyan. Anyway, so how much again? 60. Bakit? Look at the last sentence, last part of the first bullet. Sabi on this date, market shares of Ronald and Nipahat shares were at 250 and 60 respectively. For this case, binigyan natin ng halaga sino? Yung Nipahat shares. Kasi as you can see, Anong ginawa ko? Binilang ko lang naman kung ilang nipahat ang matatanggap ko. Diba? So, ilang nipahat? 300. Bakit? As I said, ilang Ronald ang hawak ko? 3,000. At sa bawat 10 Ronald may isang nipahat. So, bali, ilang nipahat yun? 300. Problema, alam natin kung ilan lang. Paano ko siya bibigyan ng halaga? So, bumagbase tayo doon sa given na share price sa dulo, which is how much? 60. So, 300 times 60, that is 18,000. Edi goods. So, pwede ko na i-journalize. Debit ni pahat, FVPL, credit, dividend revenue. Ala, bakit may journal entry? Property dividends po. So, pag property dividends, may journal entry. So, pag bonus issue, walang journal entry? Exactly. Memo entry yon. Mamaya makikita natin yon, ha? But once again, bakit to property dividends? Nagbigay ng shares ng ibang company. Okay? Alright, so basically, that's our journal entry for number 2. Debit nipahat FVPL, credit dividend revenue for 18,000. Okay? Any questions, guys? Kung may gustong ipaulit, willing po akong ulitin, wag mahiya. Live chat, baka may gustong itanong, may gustong ipaulit dito. Especially doon sa may number 2, yung sa may dividend revenue and the concept of property dividends, baka may gustong ipaulit sa akin. Wag mahiya, ako lang to. Also, para makita yung solution ng mas malinaw. Ayan. Okay. So far, ayan ang journal entries. So again, to our live audience right now, to our how many viewers? 13 viewers right now. Baka may tanong kayo dyan, wag mahiya. 14 na ngayon bilang dumami. Wala magtatanong. Okay. Also, before I forget, this live stream will have a copy. So, this is actually recorded right now. So, lahat ng chat ninyo, kitang-kita doon. So, kita nyo sa video yung live chat. So, makikita rin yan sa recording nito. So, recording or replay. So, anytime, at any moment that you wish, especially for your exams, you can always revisit this recording. Okay? This live stream. Okay? So, punta lang sa channel, panoorin nyo lang. Kumpleto to pati lahat ng kalat. Okay. So, next tayo. Ronald shares were split 2 for 1. Madali lang, di stock split. So, pag stock split, meaning nagparami lang ng shares. Literal, yun lang. Anong logic? Minsan kasi, yung mga big boys ng corporation, they want to manipulate the shareholders' equity. Literal, Kung naalala nyo sa Finmark ninyo, di ba? Yan tayong tinatawag na capital structure. Di ba? So, kung medyo malaki-laki ang hawak mo sa isang kumpanya, you would like to play with that capital structure of yours. Di ba? Anong logic? Mali mo gusto mong paayusin yung cost of capital mo. Mali mo gusto mong ayusin yung minimum return investment mo. Mali mo gusto mong ayusin yung earnings per share mo. Ganon. No? So, in short, pinaglalaroan mo yung number of shares na meron ka para maging maganda yung earnings per share mo or yung capital structure mo. Yun yung point lang talaga. Kasi minsan, in the real world, some business people would really want na gusto nilang magpabango sa FS nila. So, that's one way para magpabango. So, basically, lang yun. Yun yung logic kaya may stock split. Okay. So, nagkaroon ng stock split, 2 for 1. So, madali lang naman yan. So, Ronald shares. So, ilang Ronald ang hawak ko? 3,000. Wait lang. So, sabi daw, 2 for 1. Hindi madali lang. 2 for 1. Yun lang. So, bali, X for Y, X for Y. Okay? Huwag kalimutan. Okay? So, 3 times Ronald times 2 for 1. So, times 2 over 1. So, bali, 6,000 shares na yan. 6,000 Ronalds na ang hawak ko. Pero, magkano isa? Okay, balik tayo. Magkano yung Ronalds ko kanina? Lahat? All in all? 720. Bakit? Nandito po yon sa journal entry. Ayan. See? Magkano total Ronalds ko? 720. So, bale, paano ko yun ulit? Balikan natin yung computation. 3,000 shares of stock times 240. Right? Now, paano ngayon 6,000 na? Magkano kaya isa? So, gawin natin. 720,000 divided by 6,000. Bale, magkano isa? So, kung i-divide ko yan, lalabas dyan, magkano? 120. So, you mean to say, kuya, pwede bang gawin namin yung 240 price per share divided by 2? Total 241? Exactly. Pwede naman yon. Kasi, so anong point ko? In there's a stock split, the total amount of shares, I mean, yung balance ng FVPL mo, FVOCI, hindi dapat magbago yan. Madibar man kayong lahat dito sa live stream ko, hindi dapat magbago yan. So, ano dapat magbago? Una, yung bilang, kung ilang piraso ang hawak mo. So, kung dati 3,000 lang ang hawak mo, so kung nag-2 for 1, dapat 6,000 yan. Pero yung halaga, it should stay the same. Yung total na halaga, yung 720,000. Okay? What else? Also, yung price per share magbabago. Again, bakit? Remember, dapat in total 720,000 yan. So, how can I say this? So, bali, kung 720,000 ang total na halaga, tapos 6,000 pieces ang hawak, magkano isa? 120. Okay? So, paano pag hindi hinaya kong 240 yan, hindi nagbago? Eh di mali. Lalaki to. Lolobo yan. So, magiging mali. Kasi again, as I said, pag stock split, dadami lang ang number of shares na hawak mo. Pero yung total na halaga, hindi magbabago. So, bali, ano po ang dapat magbago? Yung number ng shares na hawak mo at kung magkano ang isang piraso niya. Yun lang. So again, ano magbabago? Number of shares na hawak mo at saka kung magkano ang isang piraso ng share na hawak mo. Pero yung all in all, yung total, hindi siya dapat magbago. Okay? So any questions? Any questions dyan regarding our stock split transaction? Any concerns? Baka may gusto magpaulit. Wag mahiya, ako lang to. Buti sana kung donor ka, may special lectures 'yon pag donor, alam nila 'yan. Alam ng mga regular viewers namin 'yan. Pero kung di ka donor, asa ka dito sa ano. Okay? Sabi daw wala. Okay, so let's continue. Number 4. What happened? Okay, so nagbenta daw siya ng 1.5 na Ronald. Okay, so debit cash. Sorry. So cash. So, nagbenta daw ng 1,500 shares of Ronald at 125 per share. Di madali. So, 1,500 times 125, magkano? So, that is 187,500. Okay? Credit Ronald. FVPL. So, magkano? Ilang pirasong binenta ko? 1.5. Ang tanong, magkano ang isa? Again, magbase tayo doon sa pinakahuling stock transaction natin na stock split, which is, ayan, yung 120 per share. Gamitin mo dyan. So, lagyan ko ng arrow para makita nyo. Times 120. Okay? So, 1.5, times 120, how much? 180K. Okay? Again, saan ang galing 180,000? 1.5 times 120. Saan galing 120? Yan yung bagong price per share after ng stock split. Okay? Sinundan ko lang kung magkano ang isang piraso after natin mag-stock split. Kasi again, as I said, hindi tutugma yung 720,000 sa 6,000 pieces na yan. Okay? So, as you can see, ayan nangyari. So, once again, anong tawag dito? Nakatanggap ako ng worth 187,500. No? Nakatanggap ako ng worth 187,500. Kasi nakapagbenta ako ng worth 180. Nakatanggap ako ng worth 187,500 kasi nakapagbenta ako ng worth 180. So, syempre, kita lugi. Kita. Nagkaroon tayo ng profit. So, kaya, 187,500 to. Ay, sorry. 7.5 rather. Yung difference. Ano yan? Gain on sale. Okay? Gain on sale na yan. Okay? Again, bakit gain on sale? Nakatanggap ako ng 187,500. Diba? Ang binigay ko worth 180. So, may tubo ako. Okay? Yun yung logic. Okay? So once again, yan yung ating sale transaction. Very basic. Ayan na yung susunod. So number 4, number 5. Ang hinihinga ito, ayan na, bonus issue naman. As I said, bonus issue, dumami yung shares ko kay, anong tawag dito? Ronald. Okay? Kay Ronald. So, as you can see, dadami yung hawak kay Ronald. Pero, parang stock split lang, no? However, again, pag bonus issue or share dividends, ang hawak kay Ronald ang dadami. Pero pag binigyan ako ng stocks ng ibang company, Nipahat, whatever, property dividend. So, paano to? Memo entry. Okay, memo entry lang na nagkaroon tayo ng bonus issue. Lagyan ko na lang label. Ay. Issue na how much? 20%. Okay. So, bali, ilang Ronald lang hawak ko? Okay, balik tayo. Meron akong 6,000 nung una. 6,000 pieces na hawak. Then, nagbenta ako ng 1,500 pieces. So, bali, ilang piraso ang natira? So, I have 4,500 pieces remaining. Again, saan ang galing? I used to have 6,000 pieces after the stock split. Right? And then, nagbenta ako ng 1,500 pieces after. So, bali, ilan ang natira? 4,500. Okay? Ngayon, yung kung ano man yan, kung ilan ang natira, yan ang ibobonus issue ko. Kaya, times 1.2. Okay? But hindi 20 times 20% lang. Yung 20%, yun yung kinalaki. No? Yun yung dinagdag. But our goal here is to look for the total amount of shares after niya siyang madagdagan. Kaya, times 1.2. So, 4,500 times 1.2, that should be 5,400. Can you check kung tama po ba ang ating computation? Live chat, pakicheck. Ang sagot dyan ay 5,400. Okay, thank you very much. So, tama daw. Okay, so 5,400. Bale, magkano isa? Okay, balik tayo. Let's compute for how much is the total muna bago tayo mag-compute ng price per share. So, lagyan ko ng kulay. Yellow. Okay, look ha. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay yung Ronald shares natin. So, let's keep track in the journal entries kung magkano si Ronald so far. May debit akong 720,000 plus. So, 720. Tapos, nag-credit ako ng 180, Ronald. Okay? So, yun lang nga tayo, no? Yeah, yan lang. Okay? Kasi itong stock split memo entry lang din yan. Wala namang debit credit dyan. Okay? So, again, recap tayo. May debit akong Ronald FVPL na 720 at nag-credit ako ng 180 dito. So, bali magkanong natira? So, that should be 540K ang natira. Again, saan ang galing? 720,000 na original minus 180,000 dito. Okay? Thank you very much. So, dapat 540,000 ang natira. So, ilang piraso ang hawak natin? 5,400. Bale, magkano isa? So, I guess that should be 100 per share. Kindly check. Is it 100 per share? Okay. So, let's continue. So, ayan na. So, ayan. Anong kulang ko? Okay, market values na lang. So, madali na lang yan. Last journal entry. Di ba last problem kasi may associate pa tayo. Aray. Okay. So, market values of Ronald and Nipahat were at 150 and 70 respectively. Okay. Ang ginagawa ka dyan kasi para di mahirap, T-account na lang, no? So, ayan. Ronald, and Nipahat. Okay. So far, meron akong 720, meron na akong 180. So, debit credit, nasa journal entries naman. Magkano daw ending balance dapat? Okay. So, again, ilang piraso ng product ng hawak ko? 5,400. So, 5,400 times magkano isa? 150. That should be 810,000. So, bali, malamang sa malamang, check natin kung magkano butal natin. Kung magkano kulang sa ano. So, working back, obvious ang kulang tayo sa debit. No? Kasi pag 720 minus 180, alangan lumaki biglang 810,000 yan. No? Ang galing naman ng accountant na yon. So, malamang may kulang yan dyan. Palabasin na lang po kung magkano. Next, Kanipahat, same thing. Debit ako 18K. Okay? Yeah, K talaga. Okay. Ayan. Tapos, ilang Nipa shares ang hawak ko? 300. Magkano isa? 70. So, 300 times 70 magkano? 21,000. So, again, obvious dyan sa ating T accounts, meron din tayong butal. Pakihanap na lang din po. Okay? So, bali, magkano kaya ang total na kulang dyan kay Ronald and kay Nipahat? Pakisabi na lang po sa live chat. Sabi ng isa, 270,000. Kanino po ang 270,000? Okay, thank you very much. So, dito yan. Sa kabila, siguro, I guess, sentimental na to. 3,000 na yan. Okay? So, ayan na yan. So, yan yung mga UGL. So, debit Ronald. Debit Nipahat. Ito, 270. Ito, 3. Credit, unrealized gains, FVPL, 273. Yan. Okay, so let's solve the questions. How much is the total net amount of income taken to Sunny's profit or loss statement for the year ended 2020? Okay. So, lista natin. Unrealized gain of how much? 273. Saan nanggaling? Sa journal entry. Next. Ano pa mga ibang nangyari? Ay, before I forget, may nakalimutan na ako sa journal entries pala. Yung sa sale. May utang ako sa inyo. Ay, joke lang. Dito ba yon? O sa kabila? Dito nga yun. May kasalanan pala ako. Balikan natin to number 4. Kasi, meron pala tong, anong tawag dito? May transaction cost pala nangyari. Nakalimutan kong lagyan ng entrada. So, debit transaction cost pala. Kasi sabi dyan, no, look at the, ano ba yan? Yung sa third bullet, yan, no, sold 1,500 shares of Ronald. So, may cost incurred. So, debit transaction cost, credit cash. Sorry, nakalimutan ko pala yan. 2,500. Okay. Let's get back. Hanapin natin lahat ng total taken to profit or loss. So, merong unrealized gain na 273,000. Okay? Tapos after nyan, after ng ating unrealized gain na 273,000, tawag dito, hanap tayo ng transaction costs. Okay? So, tingnan natin lahat ng transaction costs from all the journal entries. So, meron akong 3,600 na transaction cost dito. Ibahin ko lang yung tinta para halata. 3,600 dito. At saka meron isang 2,500 dyan. So, add natin. So, 3,600 plus 2,500, that is 6,100. So, yan yung total natin transaction cost. Okay? Minus yan. Kasi again, FVPL, no? So, any expenses are taken to, any expenses are expense outright. Hindi siya capitalizable. Okay? Next. Any other things na pwedeng maka-effect sa ating profit or loss? Meron pa. Dividend revenue. So, dividend revenue na 18,000. So, unrealized gain, transaction cost, dividend revenue, at saka ano pa bang kulang ko? Gain on sale, 7,500. So, gain on sale, 7,500. So, magkano total nito, guys? Paki-check, is this the answer? Can you check? Is it 292,400? Ay, ang bilis. Thank you very much, Jan, for your very fast answer. So yan. So that is the total net amount of income taken to profit or loss. 292,400. How much is the total carrying value? So tingin po tayo sa ating T account sa ginawa ko. 810 plus 21 is how much? 831,000. So that is the answer to number 2. So once again, total net amount of income taken to profit or loss, 292,400. That's the official answer for number 1. Tsaka how much is the total carrying value of investments to be reported in the balance sheet? 831,000. Okay? Let's take a very short break kasi I have something to attend to here at home. Alas, incorporated shares. Yes, hindi siya GOR. That's GOAR. So, surely acquired GOAR shares on February 5, 2020 at 1 million including a 2 per share broker's fee and commission. A 40,000 peso cash dividend was paid on March 20. These dividends were declared on January 5 and payable to its shareholders recorded as of Feb 10. GOAR shares were split 3-for-1 and they were selling at 40 apiece on December 31. These investments were classified as FVPL. Okay. So, as you can see, ang dami nangyari. So, anong tawag dito? Let's break everything down, no? Let's dissect the problem a bit more. Okay? So, gawa na ng timeline. So, allow me to move my camera. Ayan. On January 5, the dividends were declared. Okay? So, meaning date of declaration. If you can recall from yung INTAC courses, no? Yan yung araw na sabi ni Corpo, okay, magbabayad kami ng dividend sa inyo. Yun lang yun. Magbabayad pa lang. Not necessarily literal magbibigay ng pera. But rather, nagbabalak pa lang kaming magbayad sa inyo. Okay? 1 month later, on February 5, saka bumili si Shirley kay GOAR. Saan niya binili yung stocks ni GOAR? Sabi daw, okay, bibiling ko. Then, on February 8, meron siya tinatawag na ex-dividend date. Medyo advanced na yan, but long story short, kasi a few days before the date of record, talaga in practice, dapat ex-dividend date na. But I think in your book, or rather in the book of Empleos, states otherwise. So kung saan, after the date of record, ata pag nabili mo, saka siya ex-dividend. Anong point? Ganito kasi. Makinig ka. Binili siya February 5. But if you go down, ano ba yun? Ba't di gumalaw? But if you go down the timeline, on February 10, that's the date of record. So, yun yung panahon na maglilista na sila, okay, dahil nag-announce kami noon, nagbabayad kami, ililista na namin yung babayaran namin, yung bibigyan namin ng pera. Ngayon kasi nagkataon kasi, nabili ko siya, no? Nabili ko, surely, nabili ko yung shares of stock in between the date of declaration and the date of record. Okay? So, pag in between nun, may chance pa ako parang, okay, pwede pa ako magpasigit sa listahan. Alam mo yon? May chance pa ako magpasigit sa listahan na, okay, dahil bagong bili ng shares, nagkataon, bago pa ako may record, pwede pa bumili. Pwede pa. Okay? But in practice kasi, naglalagay talaga silang cut-off. Yung tinatawag na ex-dividend date. Okay? Now, how do you combat this? Kasi kunwari, let's assume, no? Ako yung dating may-ari ng GOAR. Siyempre, nung January 5, alam ko na sarili ko, shit, yes. Magkakapera ako. Magkaka-dividends na ako eh. Biglang nagkataon, kailangan ko nang ibenta yung shares ko, wala akong pera. O, diba? So, syempre, isipin mo to January 5, alam mo magkakapera ka in the future. Galing sa pinagbilhan mo ng company, ng shares. Tapos biglang, say, 1 month later, nagipit ka, kinailangan mo magbenta. For some reason. So, you're like, hala, anong mangyayari kaya? Paano kayo pag nabenta ko na to? Hala, wala na akong dividends. Hala, nasa ibang tao na yung karapatan ng dividends ko dapat. Right? So, what do people do? Ang ginagawa na lang nila, pag binenta yung shares of stock, sinisingit nila doon yung presyo ng dividends. Yun po yung tinatawag nating dividends on. If you are familiar Lakihin natin ng konti. Dividends on. Again, bakit? Again, logic tayo. Tingin sa timeline. Date of declaration, January 5. Sinabi na, guys, babayaran namin kayo ng pera. Ang record, February 10. So, sa gitna ng dalawang yon, nagkataon, nagbenta ka. So, you're like, hala, nakakatakot naman mawala yung karapatan ko dun sa perang yun. Right? So, what do? Pag binenta mo na, isingil mo na din sa pagbibilhan mo yung dapat na dividends na makukuha mo. Yun yung point. Yun yung logic ng dividends on. Para hindi ka lugi. Para hindi ka call this. Para hindi ka lugi. Basically, para fair. Parang ganon. No? So, anong effect ito sa journal entry? Later, makikita po ninyo. Okay? Basta, I want to instill upon you na if you buy in between the date of record and the date of declaration, ang presyo po ng dividend ay dividends on. Meaning, nakasaksak sa presyo ng shares of stock yung halaga ng dividends doon. Okay? Again, bakit? Para hindi lugi. Para hindi lugi yung original na may-ari. Para kahit nabenta na niya yung shares, matatanggap pa rin niya yung dividends kasi nabenta na niya sa iba. Naintindihan ako doon? Live chat, naintindihan yung logic ng dividends on, yung kwento at lahat? Nagets yung logic, yung kwento? Kaya may tinatawag tayong dividends on. Thank you for the concern. For reminding me to drink water. I love you very much. Okay, so getting back, I appreciate at least naintindihan yung kwento. Okay? So once again, kaya nga Kwentong Kwarta, gusto ko may kwento. Okay, so let's get back. Yun yung kwento, kaya may dividends on. Okay? Now, let's move on. So, wait lang . So, date of record, February 10, kasi dun siya dapat recorded. On March 20, dyan sila nagbayaran ng pera. So, dyan sila nag-distribute ng pera. Okay? Tapos, yun lang ngayon, nagka-stock split and year adjustments. Wala nang problema. So, let's get back to the problem. So, nakapag-timeline na tayo. So, parang di tayo malito, let's follow the timeline. So, kailan siya binili? February 5. Okay. So, February 5, debit Goar. Sorry, bibilis ako ng konti. Okay. So, debit Goar. Okay? So, magkano? Sabi daw, 1 million including 2 per share brokers fees and commissions. Okay. So, alam din natin may transaction cost ako dito. Kasi FVPL nga naman. No? Hindi siya dapat kasama doon sa price per share. Okay? Tapos, in exchange, syempre, naglabas ako ng pera, credit cash. Okay, wag mo natin lagyan ng values para sure tayo sa ginagawa natin. One thing's for sure na kaya natin i-compute is the broker's fees. So, how much? Ilang shares ang binili? 20,000. Magkano daw? So, ilang shares? 20,000. Magkano ang broker's fees? 2 per share. So, bali, magkano lahat ng broker's fees? 40,000. Saan galing? 2 times 20,000. Okay? Again, saan galing? 20,000 shares ang nabili. Ang broker's fees ay 2 per share. Meaning, 40,000 all in all ang ating transaction costs. Okay? Next. So, let's get back to our cash naman. You are aware na 1 million in total, take note na, 1 million in total yung para sa stocks. And 40,000 ang para sa ating, sorry. Take 2. 1 million in total ang cash na binayad, rather. So, credit cash, 1 million. No problem with that. Okay? Sa loob ng 1 million, may 40,000 akong pang transaction cost, pang broker's fees. Okay. Sabi nga naman including, no? Forgot to mention that. Ay sabi nila, including a 2 per share. Okay? Now, paano tong shares of stock? So, bali, ano to dapat? 960K? Hindi. Why? Again, as you remember, the price of the shares ay dividends on. So, yung 960K, nakasaksak dyan si dividends. No? nakasaksak dyan si dividends. So, how do you deal with this? So, let's go farther down the problem. Magkano ba daw yung dividends? 40,000. Di ba? Di ba dapat 960K yan? Sige, sulat ko muna. Right? Pero yung 40,000 dyan, pang dividends. Tapos yung 920, yan na yung sa shares mismo. So, bale, anong gagawin ko? Imbis na 960, gawin na lang natin 920, yung kay shares, tapos may isa pa akong 40,000 dito. Ano ngayon tong 40,000 na isa pa? Burahin ko na to para mas malinaw. Lagyan ko ng kulay para mag-stand out. That is dividends receivable. Yes. Dividends receivable. Bakit? Again, dividends on. Right? So, kasama po sa binayaran mo na 1 million, yung dividends na matatanggap mo galing dun sa bagong kumpanyang binili mo. Again, bakit dividends receivable? Bakit hindi lahat ay GOR? Again, dividends on. So, nakasaksak sa presyo, yung presyo ng stocks, yung dividends. Pero kasi remember, kailangan natin siyang ihiwalay sa journal entry. No? Kailangan natin ihiwalay. If you remember, if you're solving your books in odd probs by the book of Empleo, di ba? Pag may mga dividends ka sa ganyan, sa yung mga pang FVPL, pang IFRS 9, di ba? Wala naman debit, FVPL, credit, di ba? Walang ganun eh. Di ba? It's either debit cash, dividend revenue, or debit ganito, debit ganito, credit, dividend revenue, dividend income, investment income. In short, wala kang nakikitang debit FVPL. Walang ganun. Okay? Kaya kailangan natin hihimayin natin yung dividend sa labas. Hihimayin natin yung presyo ng dividends doon sa presyo ng stocks mismo. Okay? So, paano natin siya hihimayin? Given naman sa problem, yung 40,000. Kaya, tinanggal ko na. Okay? So again, bakit dividends receivable? Let's get back on the problem itself sa timeline. Remember, later down the road, date of payment. Diba? Nung binili mo kasi siya, nung February 5, in between ka ng declaration tsaka record. Tapos wala ka pang date of payment. So alam mo sa sarili mo, makakabayad din naman ako nakakatanggap din naman ako ng 40,000 galing kanino? Kay GOR. Galing sa bagong kumpanyang binili mo. Okay? Now, para mas maganda yung kwento, ganito kasi yan. Isipin mo na lang ganito ang nangyari. Makinig kayo sa akin Listen closely. Remember, the original owner wants to include the price of the dividends para hindi siya lugi. Kaya binayaran mo na rin yung dapat na dividends na makukuha niya. Pero syempre, mag-isip ka na ngayon maging logical ka. Bakit ako magbabayad? Para lugi ako dun Diba? Seriously speaking, para lugi ka dun. Right? But remember, you are a student of the University of Santo Tomas and you are so damn fucking smart. So, isipin mo na lang. Sige na nga, bayaran ko na lang. Total, bibigyan din naman ako nila ng 40,000. Kailan? Sa March 20. Diba? Again, i-connect the dots natin. Bakit dividends on? Again, kawawa kasi yung original may-ari. Pag binenta niya yung stocks niya sa'yo, sino tatanggap ng 40K? Ikaw. So, paano niya matanggap yung 40K kahit di pa umabot sa date of payment? Ibenta mo na lang sa iba. Stonks. Okay? Now, remember, you're supposed to pay for it. No? Babayaran mo din. But, remember, matalino ka. Hindi ka naman tanga para basta-basta magbayad sa ganyan. Total, in the end, matatanggap mo rin yan. Babalik din yan sa'yo. Babalik din yan sa iyo. Return on investment. Yun po mangyayari. Okay? Hold on this thought because this is gonna be very important in a future journal entry. But for now, again, bakit dividend receivable? Babalik din naman yan sa iyo. Okay? So far guys, naiintindihan nyo po ba so far ang ating kwento? Kung ano yung kwento ng ating February 5 journal entry? Kung bakit may dividend receivable? Bakit nakahimay? Bakit ganyan ang itsura? So far, naiintindihan po ba ako? Lakas nun. Live chat may tanong? So far malinaw? Okay, let's continue. Okay, I hope sana I have instilled some kwento into nyo guys kung bakit may mga dividends on. Okay, let's continue. So, next entry natin ay, anong tawag dito? Wait lang. Date of payment. Okay, date of payment natin yung susunod, no? Yeah, date of payment na. Okay, so sakto. Ano yung susunod? So, March. Pero nalito ako bigla. 20. No? Yeah, March 20. Okay. So again, nagbayad ng dividend, debit cash, walang angal. Nagab kang pera eh. Walang angal. Anong kaakibat? Hindi credit yung dividends receivable. Hala, di ba dividend revenue yan? Oo, alam ko. Oo nga, alam ko. Oo nga, alam ko. But remember, bayad mo yan. Binayaran mo yung dividends receivable na yan dito. Ayan, no? As you can see, remember, dividends on, binayaran mo siya. Right? And as I said, kaya ka nga pumayag na bayaran siya. Kasi nga, babalik lang din siya sa iyo. Again, kaya mo siya pinayagan na bayaran kasi naniniwala kang babalik lang din siya sa iyo. Return on investment. Kaya dahil dyan, dividend receivable na lang at hindi dividend revenue or dividend income. Again, bakit? Bayad mo yan. Sadyang ang nangyari lang, yan ay perang binayad mo noon, binayaran mo noon, at sadyang bumalik lang sa iyo. Return on investment. Okay? Kaya dividend receivable po ang ating sumunod na credit sa journal entry na yan at hindi dividend revenue. Okay? Next. On November 1, we had a stock split. So parang kanina sa diniscuss ko, sisiw na lang yan siguro sa inyo. Stock split, so GOAR shares were split for 3-4-1. So that's a memo entry. No need to do a debit or credit. So mag-highlight na lang tayo ng price per share tsaka ilang piraso kasi malaking tulong yun later. Okay. So ilang pirasong GOAR ang hawak ko? Sabi daw, 20,000 pieces. Times. Ang sabi daw, split 3-4-1. So, bale, magkano? That is, ilang piraso rather? 60,000 pieces. Okay? 60,000. Okay? So, bale, magkano ang isa? So, that is 920 divided by 60. 15.33. Tingnan ko ng ganyan. Okay? Okay. So, again, as I said, the total amount will not change. No? The total amount of GOARs are still at 920. What will only change ay kung ilang piraso ang hawak mo at kung magkano ang isang piraso. Okay? Now, let's carry on. After this, wala na, fair value adjustment na lang. Hindi madali na to. Okay. So, adjust na lang tayo, no? So, we have 920,000 here. Debit. Wala namang nangyaring sale. Wala namang nangyaring sale. So, I guess that's it. So, let's compute na lang for the ending balance. So, magkano ba ang isang piraso as of year-end? 40. So, 60,000 times 40, that is 2,400,000. Okay? Again, saan ang galing? 60,000 pieces from the latest stock split, ayan, times 40, which is given dito sa problem. Sige, balik ako which is given dito sa problem. Ayan, no? The shares were selling 40 apiece. So, bale, 60,000 times 40 per piece. Okay? So, you can see from 920 naging 2.4. Then, laking angat niyan. Laking improvement niyan. So, bale, magkano total? Ang kinalaki, rather, 1,480. Ayan. Okay? So, ayan na po ang ating unrealized gains or loss. So, debit GOAR, credit unrealized gain, 1,480. Okay? Okay, let's answer the questions. How much is the total unrealized loss to be reported on December 31, 2020? 0. Bakit? Anong meron tayo? Unrealized gain. Again, how much is the total unrealized loss? 0. Bakit? Anong meron? Gain. How much? 1,480 na gain at hindi loss. Okay? Next. What is the total net profit that should be recognized on the statement of comprehensive income? Okay. So, unrealized gain na 1,480. Let's double check our journal entries kung may iba. So, merong transaction cost na 40. Any other revenues or gains? Wala. So, 40,000 kaltas. So, that is transaction cost. Bali, total, take it to profit or loss, 1,440. That's the official answer for number 2. Okay. Any more questions? Bago tayo magpatuloy. How many slides? We still have 3 more problems to go. Kaya pa? Kaya pa? Kaya pa, guys? Baka may tanong kayo sa latest problem natin. If you have any question for the latest problem, please let me know before we proceed bago tayo magpatuloy. Baka may gusto kayong palinaw, gusto ipaulit, huwag kayong mahiya. Ako lang naman to. I just realized, lumagpas na pala kami ng 400 subscribers. Oh my God. Congrats to 400 subs sa Kwentong Kwarta. May nagtanong, so anything na pasama sa profit or loss reflected sa SCI? Obviously, because that is your income statement. Okay? So, once again, thank you very much. If anything is taken to profit or loss, lalagpas po din yan sa statement of comprehensive income. Okay? Yun. So, I hope I answered your question. Any other questions, guys? Shout out to our currently 9 viewers right now. Halos parang, kaya pa ba, guys? Kaya pa? Kaya pa? In fairness, ang daming nanonood ngayon sa ating FAR lectures. They're currently at 62 viewers right now. And they're on break. Wow. Anyway, I'm just watching our other streams here kasi syempre, Kwentong Kwarta is currently booming as of now. Tapos mamaya mamamatay na yung channel. Charot, hindi naman. I actually have some streams lined up after quiz week kasi syempre we would like to keep you guys posted with other topics bago quiz 4. And after nun, malamang after finals ng next content namin, malamang kakanta naman kami, no? Okay. Let's continue. Let's discuss investment and associates na. Yan. Napakaganda naman ng font. Napakahaba. Nakakasulasok. Pero okay lang yan. Okay, on March 1, 2020, Neneng B acquired a 30% ownership in one of his customers, Bini Bini Corporation, for 1,365 when the assets and liabilities had carrying values of 9,350 and 5,8 respectively. Okay. Dahil sa acquisition, Neneng B exercises significant influence over Bini Bini. Wala daw siyang intensyong na ibenta si Bini Bini within the next 1 year or 12 months from the date of acquisition. Okay, di wow. All assets and liabilities show carrying equal to fair value except for inventory na mas malaki daw ng 50,000 tsaka yung depreciable assets na mas malaki with 750. Okay. As of March 1, may remaining useful life na 5 years. Okay. So, nagbayad din daw ng, shoutout sa'yo dyan kay, ano yun? F.E. Valerio, thank you for subscribing. Once again, during 2020, Binibilin declared and paid cash dividends of 800,000 and reported a net income of 1.2. Ayan. Tapos meron daw siyang total fair value na 1.5. Okay. Rack. So, investment in ASOC, not much to fret upon kasi this is actually, the basic problems are actually a lot easier. Especially ngayon, alam ko nagbi-business combi kayo, so parang baby version lang to ng business combi. In fact, mas sisiw pa siya. No? Okay. So parang sa business combi, let's just do your typical thing. Purchase price versus the book value of the net assets. Yun lang talaga gawin mo dito. Okay? So magkano purchase price? 1,365. Given eh. Now, how do you find the book value of the net assets? So balikan natin ang diniscuss sa inyo sa business combi. Minsan given, book value. If not, tingin sa problem. Kilatisin ninyo. So tingnan natin uli. Based on what you see sa problem, anong pwede kong gamitin para mapalabas ang book value ng net assets natin? Sige, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes para at least manamnam nyo yung problem para mag-gets nyo yung sinasabi ko. Again, to ask the question, the same question. So you can see we're trying to look for the book value of the net assets. Hindi po siya given sa problem. So paano natin siya palalabasin given kung anong meron sa problem? Okay, may makakasagot po ba? Kung para may sumagot, para ganahan kayo, sige, ang makasagot, lilibrihan ko ng Starbucks sa face-to-face. Seryoso yun. In fact, may utang akong Starbucks sa isang second year kasi nasagot niya yung tanong ko. Anong sabi? Ayan. Carrying value, 9,350 minus 5,800. Saan mo nakuha yan? Yung 9,350 tsaka 5,800. Asset and live. Very good. Gusto sabi daw sa problem. Siyempre, malamang sa problem. Pero, nasugad, bigyan natin ng halaga. No? Bigyan natin ng pangalan kung saan nanggaling. And sabi ng isa dyan, asset and liab. Okay, so let's continue. Sorry, nag-aano lang ako dito kasi I'm also managing the social media account of Kwentong Kwarta. So obviously, I need to make a tweet of us, no, lecturing ng sabay-sabay, no? Okay. And you know, as founder of this channel and as social media manager, it's a very big problem. If somebody can manage our social media page, it will be gladly appreciated, no? Okay. Oh, may sweldo yan. In fact, they're actually paid by me. But I mean, itong charity stream, syempre wala kaming bayad dito. Libre to, no? Charity nga, eh, no? But on the normal course, syempre, oh, ganyan talaga. Ayan. Lecturer. Look. Accounting tutorials for a course. Ano ba naman to? Accounting tutorials for a course. Ongoing. Bala, mami na tong tweet na to. Save as drafts muna to. Okay. So sabi daw, asset and live. Very good. No? Parang sa normal problems business combi, minsan kung wala namang given na net book value ng shareholders equity to book value net assets, gamitin yung asset minus liab. Okay. So bale, magkano po ang ating book value of the net assets of the entity? Total book value muna ha. $3,550. Okay. So, 3,550. Yeah. 3,550 siya, no? So, yung 3,550 na yan, kunin natin ang ilang percent nga bang binili ko? 30% na binili ko. So, also get 30%. Anong logic? Again, yung 1,365 is for the 30%. So, itugma natin din sa 30% na book value to net assets. Okay? So, can you get 30% of 3,550,000? Magandang tanong, book value of the net assets lagi gagamitin? Hindi. Actually, I'll teach you two ways in solving the problem. Don't worry, I'll give you two ways. Okay? So, 1065. So, that's the book value of your net assets. Anong lilitaw dyan pag minus ko? Familiar kayo sa business combi? Excess. So, excess of the purchase price tsaka book value, 300,000. Okay? Now, analyze natin. Sabi daw, sa excess, may nakasaksak daw dyang fair value differentials. At tsaka, iba pang bagay. Okay. So, isa-isahin natin. Meron tayong excess ng inventories. Right? So, magkano ang ating inventories? 50,000, no? However, makinig makinig. However, yung excess na yun kasi ay pang 30% lang din. Okay? So, kung 30% na ako dito, hanggang sa dulo, i-30% natin. Okay? So, makinig ha. So, inventories ng excess na yan, ita 30% din natin. So, look, magkano yung total excess ng inventories? 50,000. So, get 30% of that. So, that is 15,000. Okay? So, i-minus mo yan. Bakit? Again, excess lang kasi yan. Excess pa lang. Wala pa dyan yung pinakahinahanap nating goodwill. Kasi nakasaksak kay excess yung lahat ng fair value differentials at saka si goodwill. So, ang goal natin is himayin si excess para lumabas si goodwill. Okay? So, again, 15,000 na sa inventories na excess, get 30%. Kasi again, bakit? 30% to, 30% yan. Whiteboard muna ako. 30% to, 30% yan, 30% din dapat ito. Para consistent. Kasi pag sinaksak ko yung buong 50,000, mali na agad yung problem. Okay? Mali ang sagot mo rather. Okay? So yan, inventories. Next, PPE or depreciable assets. Okay, makinig. So you have 750,000 daw, no? 750K. So, ang total na excess daw niya ay, kung hindi, tama no, 750K. So as I said earlier, yung 750K, i-30% mo. So 750 times 30%, that is 225,000. Okay? So, pag kinuha ko yung kinalabasan yan, yan yung total goodwill ko of the 30%. So, how much is the goodwill of the 30%? Magkano, guys? $60,000. Oh, very good. Yan yung goodwill. Now, sa nung isa kasi, pwede din daw ba gumamit ng dapat daw ba laging book value? No, pwede ni fair value para lumabas agad goodwill na. Makinig ha. Look, purchase price. Magkano? 1,365. Right? So let's look for the fair value of the net assets at 30%. So parang proportionate share lang yan. Makinig ha. So lagyan ko ng arrow. Book value of the net assets, as according to your computation kanina is, Magkano? 3,550. Right? Lahat ng excess, gawa natin ng paraan. So look ha, inventories magkano daw? 50. Oh, kuya, ba't dito nakabuo? Ba't di ka 30%? Again, ito kasing 100% na net assets na book value. Diba? Yan, 3,550. Dito kasi, 30% ko muna. Dito kasi, binuo ko na. Okay? So again, 3,550 plus yung buong inventories na 50,000 na sobra. Plus yung buong 750,000 na sobra ng depreciable assets or PPE. 100%. So magkano po total? Lalabas dyan, 4,350. So that is the fair value of the net assets. So get 30%. Lalabas dyan ay 1,305. No? So again, recap tayo. Saan nanggaling 1,305? Again, Ginawa ko lang siyang fair value of the net assets ng 100%. Kasi yan, 100%, 100%, 100% din yan, 100 din yan. Para consistent. Kasi ang ginawa ko, kinuha ko yung buong fair value ng net assets. Saka ko siya 30%. Tapos saka ko siya sinaksak dito. Tinan mo tuloy ngayon, pag minus ko yun, anong lalabas? Eh di goodwill na agad. Goodwill na magkano? 60,000. O di ba pareho lang? Same answer. So basically, yan yung ginagawa sa business combi. Ganyan din. Minsan namansin nyo, di ba, ibang problems yung nakalagay. Excess. Tapos nag-minus ka pa, saka lumabas yung goodwill. Same logic applies here. Kasi, kaya lang minsan lumalabas goodwill na agad, kasi dito, nakasaksak pa dyan yung fair value differentials. Samantalang dito, yung pinang-minus ko, hindi nakasaksak yung fair value differentials. Kaya, mano-mano ko pa siyang, lagyan ko ng red, mano-mano ko pa siyang minus. Mano-mano ko pa siyang tinanggal. Kaya natira, goodwill na lang, unti-unti. Dito kasi, isang bagsakan na lang natira, goodwill. Parang grades lang natin. Isang bagsakan lang din, no? Ganun ang nangyari. Okay? So, I hope you understand the logic behind the computation of goodwill either sa investment in ASOC or sa business combi. Kasi yan lang talagang pinaka-concept niyan. Okay? Yan lang talagang pinaka-concept. Naintindihan ako doon? Guys, naintindihan ako doon sa concept na yon. Naintindihan yung logic kung bakit pag nag-minus mo na ako ng book value, dinaan ko pa sa fair value differentials. Tapos dito sa isa, rectang goodwill na agad. Naintindihan niyo ako doon kung bakit may dalawa tayong paraan sa pag-compute ng goodwill? Nagets ako doon? Naintindihan ako doon, guys? Okay, let's continue ha. So once again, dyan lilitaw yung sa goodwill nating 60,000. Okay. So that answers number 1. How much is the goodwill attributable to the associate? 60,000. Okay? Next, share in profit naman. Okay. So let's compute that doon sa second paragraph. Okay. Tingin na. So meron tayong net income daw na 1.2. But remember, kailan mo ba binili yung associate na yan? March 1. Ay yung 1.2 na yan, pang isang taon kasi, pang 12 months. So, ang swapang mo naman, parang angkinin mo yung income na hindi ka naging associate, no? Kaya yung 1.2, 10 over 12 natin. Okay? Again, bakit naka 10 over 12? Swapang ka naman kasi kung ganun. March 1 ka lang naging, anong tawag dito? Naging associate, no? So, yung pang January tsaka February, hindi pa naman para sa'yo yun. Wala ka pang ambag dun eh. Okay? Kaya, wag kang makihati. Wag kang swapang. Wag kang bakaw. So, 1.2 million times 10 over 12, that is 1 million. Okay? Next. If you remember, sa subsequent to acquisition ninyo, sa business combi, meron tayong amortization of excess. So, yun din gagawin natin, no? Amortization of excess tayo. For this case, wag ka na mag-amortization of excess na naka-percent kasi mamaya, ipa-percent din naman natin yan. I mean, ASOC kasi to, no? Hindi tayo naka-consolidated net income. Walang mo nang ganun dito, ha? Again, mag-amortization of excess din tayo. Okay? Pero, nga, wag yung muna i-percentage. Amortize lang, okay? So, makinig. So, inventories. How do you amortize inventories? Problem silent, meaning, yung excess na benta. Right? So, if you remember sa working paper eliminating entries ninyo, yung 50,000 na yan, di ba? Debit CGS, credit MI. Right? So, in short, dagdag sa expense, kaltas mo sa net income. Okay? Next. Doon tayo naman sa Yun. Carrying amounts, yung depreciable. PPE. Okay. 750K. Makinig ha. Yung 750K na yan, that is their excess of excess na. Okay, excess lang ng fair value sa carrying amount. Okay. Now, sa 750K, i-divide natin yan sa remaining useful life. If you remember, sa amortization of excess. So, 750K divided by 5, right? Now, that is the per year depreciation or amortization. Remember, again and again, kailan mo binili? March 1, 2020, right? So, it's not safe to assume na naka 1 year mo nang hawak si Binibini, right? So, syempre, 10 months mo lang ding hawak. Kaya ito ay 10/12 mo. Kuya, ba't yung 50,000 na inventories, di mo 10/12? Magandang tanong yon. If you remember in your business combi, wala namang pa ganyan, no? Anong point ko? Pag inventories kasi, naka-base lang yan kung nabenta na. Wala ka kasing pakialam sa panahon sa inventories. You only care about it being amortized when it's sold. And as they said, if the problem is silent, yung 50,000 nabenta na lahat. So, wala kang pake sa panahon. So, in short, yung inventories, wag ka mag-choke, awa ng Diyos. Wag mo na i-10/12. Wag mo na i-10/12. But rather, recognize mo, i-expense mo na lahat. Okay? Now, minsan kasi may problems kahit sa business combi, yung inventories para sabi, okay, 1/4 of the inventories had been sold on year 1 and the remaining 3/4 were sold in year 2. Yun, sundin mo yun. Pag binigyan ka. Pero dito kasi hindi sinabi kung ilan ang nabenta, right? So, pag problem is silent, tungkol kung ilan ang nabenta, counted as sold lahat, i-deduct mo na lahat as an expense, as an adjustment. Okay? Getting back, PPE. So, 750K divided by 5, since yun yung per year depreciation, times 10/12, kasi nga, you bought the investment on March 1. Okay? So, bali, how much is that dito? How much ang total pang amortize ko ng PPE sa year 1? How much? Is it 125,000? Paki-check. Live chat paki-check. $125. Thank you very much. Okay, so bali magkano ating total adjusted net income? So that should be 825,000. Okay? Tapos, saka mo 30%. So lalabas na dyan yung share in profit of associate. So that is 247,500. So that is the answer to number 2. Okay? Now, carrying value of the investment to be presented on December 31. Okay. So, how much is the carrying value of the investment to be presented? Okay, madali na lang yan. So, bini-bini. Investment in ASOC. Okay. Magkano natin siya nabili? 1,365. So, bale, this is 1,365 debit. Lipat ang whiteboard. Ang sakit na ng lalamunan ko. 1,365 debit. Okay? Next, were dividends declared? Oo. Okay? So, 800,000. So, 800,000 get 30%. That's 240K. Credit. Oh, bakit credit? Bakit credit ang ganyan? Same logic as kanina. Pag medyo big boy ka na kasi sa corporation, tas kunwari nakatanggap ka ng pera, ang labas actually is parang binabalik lang nila yung perang binigay mo sa kanila. Yung talagang dating. No? Kaya, pag may ganyan, return on investment din yan. Kaya pansin ninyo, sa intact book ninyo, pag nagkaroon ka ng dividend payment, tas associate ka, diba debit cash, credit investment in ASOC. Again, bakit? Return on investment, ROI. Binabalik lang nila yung perang nilabas mo. Kasi big boy ka. Sobrang laki ng hawak mo, pag binilik lang yung pera, parang labas, bumabalik lang yung perang binayaran mo. Okay? Bakit sa isa, yung mga maliit-maliit, yung mga FVOCI, VPL, dividend revenue. Doon kasi hindi kalakihan nilabas mong pera. So if any, kung may bumalik na pera sa'yo, tubo talaga yon, profit yon. Dito kasi, sa sobrang laki ng hako sa korporasyon, kung may bumalik na pera sa'yo, parang may bumabalik lang, parang binabalik lang yung binayaran mo. Yun yung logic nun kasi. Kaya ROI. Okay? Kaya credit. Okay? Next. Share in profit, magkano? 247,500. Share in profit, purchase price, ROI na dividends. Ayan. So, magkano ang total ending balance? That is 1,372,500. So, that's the answer of number 3. Official answer for number 3. Okay? Pa-check nga kung tama. Tama yung pagkapindot ko. Sorry. Tama yung pagkapindot ko. 1,372,500 ba ang sagot? Kindly check. Live chat. This is my tia. Okay, thank you. Okay, so basically that is the ending balance of Binibini, Investment in Associate. Okay. So next problem. Ito, okay. Step acquisition pero yung pang investment in associate. Okay. So ang Sarap Company acquired 10 of the outstanding voting shares of Penn Island for 900,000 to foster growth. The shares were designated as FVOCI. So ayan, sa wakas nakatanggap ko yung FVOCI, no? Okay. On January 2021, ng Sarap gained the ability to exercise influence kasi bumili daw siya ng additional 20% for 2,600,000. So nagpalaki siya. The two purchases were made at prices proportionate to the value assigned. Okay. Sige. Which equaled the carrying amounts. Di wow. For the years ended December 31, 2020 and 2021, the Penn Island reported the following. Okay. So let's proceed. So let's go for year 1 and year 2. So year 1, December 2020. So 2020. Oh shit. 2020. So debit, anong binili? Penn Island. So debit Penn Island, FVOCI, credit cash. How much? 900. Given naman eh. Okay? Tapos after nun, wala naman nangyari in between 2020 nung binili. So malamang dividends and ano na lang yan, fair value adjustment. Okay. So debit cash, credit dividend revenue. Okay? Debit cash, credit, dividend revenue. So, that's, ano yan? 2 million. So, 2 million times 10%, kasi 10% ang hawak ko, that's 200,000. Again, saan galing? Paano compute yan? 2 million total dividends paid, and nagkataon 10% of the company ng pagmamayari ko as of 2020, December 31. That's kaya debit cash, credit, dividend revenue. Okay, now, after nun, fair value adjustment tayo. So, T account, dito na lang. FVOCI, Penn Island. So, 900,000 debit, first balance. Okay, ending balance tayo. Binigyan ba tayo ng fair value? Wala akong makitang fair value sa dulo. Ayun pala, meron. 1,380. Ang bulag ko. Okay. So, bale, may kulang akong debit na how much? Paki-check, is it 480,000? Wala palang timestamp ng chat. Ang lungkot. Di ko alam. Okay, thank you. So, kaya debit FVOCI, Penn Island. FVOCI, credit unrealized gain, OCI, how much? 480. Wala tayong issue. Okay? Now, so that's for year 1. Year 2, it's a totally different story. Listen na. So, ang sabi daw, on the start of year 2, nag-step acquisition. So, pinalaki niya yung hawak niya from 10%, bumili ng additional na 20. So, bale, 30% na ang hawak niya. Okay? Ayun nga. Paano yung profit for the year ng 2020? Wala kang pake. So, remember, you're just a mere speck of dust in the radar. No? You only hold 10 to 20%, 0 to 10%, sorry. Tama ba? 0 to 20%. So, wala kang pake. Wala kang share in profit. Okay? Kasi pang asok yun. Now, year 2, naging asok. Bumili. So, kasi nagkaroon ng 10 na hawak, bumili ng additional 20%, naging 30% ng hawak, naging asok na siya. Kaya, investment in asok. Debit, asok. Credit cash. Why? What did you do in exchange for that asok? You paid for cash amounting 2.6 million. Ano pa? Remember, meron kang dating hawak na FVOCI na worth 1,380, right? Tandaan mo, yung 1,380 na yan, ginawa mo ng investment in asok. Kaya, sinara mo na. So, credit, Penilad, FVOCI, 1,380. Bale, magkano lahat? That is 3,980,000. Saan ang galing? Admin dalawa. Yun lang yung talaga. Admin dalawa. That's it. No more, no less. Again, how did you get the balance? Yung 2.6 kasi given sa problem. Yung additional na 20%, yun yung 2.6 million. At yung 1,380, yan yung dating hawak ko. So, pag pinagsama mo sila, yan yung halaga ng investment na nasok mo. Very straightforward. No? What's next? Remember, wala na yung pagiging FVOCI niya, right? Hindi na siya FVOCI, but rather, asok. So, if you remember kanina, di ba, nag-fair value adjustment ako na 480K, ang ganyan, yung unrealized gain na OCI, kailangan ko na rin tanggalin. Kailangan ko na siyang i-recycle. Kailangan ko siya i-transfer to retained earnings. Why? Because, wala nang silbi. Wala na akong FVOCI na instrument eh. Wala na akong, so, ang labas is, wala na siyang silbi. So, alam mo yon, parang kumbaga, pag may naiwan kang ilaw nakabukas, ba't mo kaya nakabukas, di ba? Patayin mo para hindi sayang kuryente. Ganon din dito. Kaya, debit UG, OCI. Credit, retained earnings. 480. Okay? That's a journal entry for that. Okay? So, importante itong dalawa. Nilagay ko ng red para may emphasis kasi baka makalimutan. Okay? Again, debit asok 3,980. Bakit? Kasi nag-credit ako ng cash na 2,600 which is yung binayad. At saka yung FVOCI na 1,380 na dating hawak ko. And also, sinara ko yung unrealized gain na OCI kay retained earnings kasi wala na siyang silbi. Asok na ang hawak ko. Wala na akong hawak na dito? Fair value investment. Kundi asok na. Okay? Now, year-end. So, pag-uusapan na lang natin dividends and profit. Kasi total, asok na. Right? So, dividends. So, debit cash. Credit. Pen Island. Asok. Again, bakit? Return on investment. Bumalik lang yung pera sa'yo. So, magkano? 3 million ang ating dividends paid. So, bale, 3 million times 30%, that is 900,000. Again, saan nanggaling? 3 million dividends paid, which is the cash na natanggap mo, times 30% na yung hawak mo kay Pen Island. Okay? Now, next, profit. So, debit PI, asok, credit share in profit of associate. Magkano? Magkano net income? 6.5. So, 6.5 million times, kano yan? 30%. Lilitaw dyan yung 1,950. Ibongga. So, yan na siya. So, yan yung mga journal entries natin. Okay? So, let's answer the problems. So, number 1, what is the carrying value of the associate investment on December 31, 2020? 0. Again, bakit? May associate ka naman 2020? Wala. Meron ka lang FVOCI, fair value. So, di ka pa asok. So, 0. Okay? Pag tinanong how much is the carrying value of the fair value investment? 1,380. Kasi di asok yan eh. Okay? Next, what is the goodwill attributable? Okay, compute tayo. So, meron tayong purchase price na 2.6, right? But remember, meron din tayong previously held interest. Meron tayong dating 10%. So, ito yung fair value ng 10%. Saan galing? 1,380. Right? Again, saan ang galing? Dito ka lang kinuha yan, no? So, bale, magkano yung total? Ayan na. Right? So, that is, kano to? 3,980. That's your cost of investment. I-compare natin ngayon sa book value ng net assets. Ayan. So, paano ko palalabasin yan? Tingin tayo sa problem uli. Ano? Anong sabi? The two purchases were made at prices proportionate to the value assigned to Penn Island's net assets which equal the carrying amounts. Meaning, kung magkano ito, yung buong pang 30% na yan, kung 3,980 yung 30% ayon sa binayaran ko, di 3,980 din yung totoong halaga ng 30% na yan. Again, sabi, the two purchases were made at prices proportionate to the value assigned to Penn Island's net assets. Meaning, kung 30% ang binayaran ko para dito, 30% din yung halaga ng binili ko. So, quits lang. Sakto lang. Hindi ka willing to pay extra. Kaya magkano excess ko? 0. Diba? At sabi daw, fair value since are equal to ano, so bale, magkano yung goodwill ko? Di 0 na din. Bale, magkano ang goodwill attributable to the associate? 0. Kasi, the purchases were made at prices proportionate to the value. Meaning, kung magkano ginastos ko, yun din yung underlying na halaga ng binili ko. So, hindi ako willing mag-pay ng extra para dyan. Nagets ako doon? Naintindihan ako doon? Kung bakit 0 ang goodwill? Ang sakit na nalamunan ko, guys. Shoutout to our 13 loyal viewers right now. Okay. So once again, guys, baka may tanong ho kayo dito sa ating problem. Baka may gustong ipalinaw bago ako magpatuloy. Kasi, again, especially yung part ng goodwill na 0. Naiintindihan niyo po ba kung bakit 0 ang ating goodwill at bakit equal ang book value sa cost of investment? Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times? Kaya pa? Okay ha? Again, please don't hesitate to ask any questions before I continue. Okay? Although in the event, habang nagtuturo ako, I'll be willing to answer. Okay? Please feel free to interrupt me sa live chat. Sasagutin ko mga tanong nyo, promise. Ako lang to. Okay? Let's continue. Gawa tayong T account. Penn Island Associate. Okay. How much is our associate? Debit 3,980. Right? Yari sa journal entry. Now, how much is the total share in ito na lang pala. Ayan na. Dividends 900. Share in profit 1,950. Total ending balance magkano? 5,030,000. Okay? So, yan ang sagot for number 3. So, again, what's the carrying value of the associate investment on 2020? 0. Kasi investment and FVOCI. What is the goodwill attributable to the associate? 0 uli. Kasi, nakita ko nyo na kanina. Ito, yung 3,980. What's the carrying value of the associate investment? 5,030,000. That is on December 31, 2021. Okay? Any more questions before I proceed to the last problem for today? Or if you want, hindi, sige. Let's take a very short break kasi baka nababangag na kayo. I swear, the last problem is a bit difficult to understand. But I assure you, tutulungan ko kayong lahat sa last problem natin. Okay? So, again, before anything else, before I take a break, especially ang lalamunan ay sumasakit na, baka may tanong kayo regarding dito, lalo na doon sa zero na goodwill. Baka may tanong kayo dyan. Huwag mahiyang magtanong. Ako lang to. Hmm. Hindi ko mahanap yung buko namin. Okay, wala na daw. Sure na kayo guys ha? Let's take a short break muna para di lang kayo masyado mabangag kasi the last one is again, as I said, relatively difficult. So, obviously, mas maganda na konting pahinga para at least sure akong nandun kayo sa tamang pag-iisip bago tayo bago tayo solve, no? Okay, so let's take a very short break and I'll be back in a few for you guys, okay?
Kung inaakala mo ang pag-ibig ko'y mababago, itala mo sa katawan. Dumaan na ang maraming Pasko, kahit na muna ako sa'yo, kahit na muna ako marinig, ikaw manig, ang buhay kinaalala mo, ang pag-ibig ko'y mababago, itala mo sa bato. Dumaan na ng maraming Pasko, kahit na muna ako ng sahig, kahit na muna ako marinig, ikaw marinig, ang buhay ko.
Okay, we're back. So, let's finish the last part. This is the very last problem for today. Then tomorrow, debt investments and comprehensive problems tayo. Since ang debt investment ay napaka-easy lang naman kung tutuusin. Okay, so let's start. So, problem number 6. K-Roll Incorporated. K-Roll. acquired 1/4 of the 100,000 or the outstanding shares of Margaret Company for 14 million pesos. Margaret's ordinary shares were carried at 36 million and profit reserves were at 12 million. But the following things were noted. Margaret owned equipment with a fair value of 4.2 and a carrying value of 3 million. It had gone through 60% of its 25-year life cycle. Margaret's land in Plaridel, Bulacan was listed in its property tax return at a fair value of 14 million but was carried in its books at 8 million. Any other excess is now attributable to goodwill. Thank you very much. Okay. And meron na ibang info dyan, so let's start. Okay. So hinihingi dyan, goodwill attributable to the associate, carrying value of the associate investment, and assuming pag nabenta, how much is the realized cessation gain. Yan, medyo kakaiba. Okay. So, let's start. Isa-isahin natin. No? So, again, purchase price, 14 million. Walang problema. Walang angal. No? 14 million. That is for how much? 1/4 or ilang shares yan? 25%. No? So, 14 million na yan. That's for the 25%. So, let's continue the consistency of the 25%. Okay? So, again, parang kanina, I'll show you the two ways of solving this problem. Yung isa naka book value, yung isa naka fair value. Okay? So, ayan, purchase price. So, book value of the net assets. So, how do you compute for the book value of the net assets at 25%? Tingin. So, as you can see, again, walang binigay na assets and liabilities, walang binigay na net asset. So, saan tayo kakapit? Ayan. So, tingin dito sa second sentence. Makinig sa akin ha. So, may ordinary shares na 36 million, tsaka profit reserve sa 12 million. So, ang tanong ko sa inyong dalawa dyan, sa inyong lahat rather, ano sa dalawang yan ang kasama sa ating net assets or shareholders equity? Ano sa dalawa ang kasama? Is it ordinary shares lang, profit reserves lang, or pareho? Ano sa dalawang yan? Before I forget, no, please do not forget to donate to our charity for in which we are partnered with, no. Once again, the details are in the description box down below. Okay? Shout out to our 5 viewers. Oh my God, konti na lang. Mukhang inaantok ng iba dyan. Okay lang, nakaantok talaga kasi hapon. Alright, so once again, ano sa dalawa ang aking isasama para makompute ang net assets? Book value of the net assets. Ordinary shares lang, profit reserves lang, or pareho? Okay, kung walang makakasagot, ako na magsasagot para matapos na tayo. I-include both. Bakit? Ordinary share capital, obvious na. Shareholders equity. Yung profit reserves, retained earnings lang yan. Pinabangong pangalan lang yan. So, bale, that is 36 million plus 12 million. Okay? Times how many percent? 25%. That's how much? That is 12 million. So, magkano excess? 2 million. Okay? Yan yung sobra. Okay? Tapos, saktong-sakto binigyan tayo ng sobra ng kung magkano yung mga fair value differentials natin. So, walang angal, no? Life is actually a lot easier in this problem pala. Okay. So, for your equipment, magkano agwat? So, 4.2 minus 3 million, that's 1.2. Ang galing ko. And for the land, madali lang din. 14 million minus 8 million, that is 6 million. Ay, sorry. Nagkamali ako. 30%, 25% pala natin. So, that's 1.2 million. And yung 6 million times, 25% pala. Tama, hindi 30%. O baka bangag lang ako. Okay. So, bale, that is 300,000 dito. And 1,500,000 dito. Just to make it clear, this problem is not an original problem of mine, but rather inspired by a certain book that definitely I would recommend you guys to go check out. Again, so ayan na po ang goodwill. Again, para nakuha, kinuha ko yung total excess. Okay, which is 2 million. Excess ng purchase price na pang 25% at saka sa book value net assets sa pang 25%. So, lumitaw dyan yung 2 million na sobra. Sa sobra ni nakasaksak ko yung fair value differentials. So, ginawa kong 25%, 25% din yun para consistent. Okay? So, yung 1.2 tsaka 16, 25% ko. Okay? So, nung kinuha ko yan, ang lumbas, goodwill, 200,000 as is. Now, let's use the fair value method. So, fair value net assets. Madali lang yan. So, book value of the net assets is how much again? 48 million. Tapos, meron akong 1.2 sa lupa. Ay, sorry. 1.2 sa equipment. At saka sa lupa na 6 million. Lalabas, magkano ang total nito? Paki-check nga live chat para interactive tayo ng konti. Is this 55,200,000? Is this the fair value of the net assets? Pakicheck. Kung gising pa kayo dyan, mga aking 5 viewers. Na nabawasan ng isa bigla, 4 na lang. Sa 4 na natitirang matatag, shoutout sa inyo, saludo ako. Partida, hindi ako masyado maka-joke ngayon. Alright, so 55,200. So get 25%. Lalabas dyan dapat ay 13... Kano ba to? 13,800. Na? So, ayan. So, 13,800 na yan. Pag kinumpare ko, magkano goodwill? Rekta. 200k lang din. O, di ba pareho lang? Same lang. Okay? Now, so that's how you compute for the goodwill. So, pag tinanong, how much is the goodwill attributable to the associate? 200,000. Okay? What is the carrying value of the ASOC investment? O, di madali na lang yan. May 14 ako dito. Tapos, may share in profit tayo malamang. Okay, kailan binili? January 1. Walang problema. January 1 binili. Ilagay mo lahat. Wala nang kailangan 10 over 12. Ay, sige. Wag na lang pala. Ayoko ilahat muna. Gusto ko i-adjust natin net income. Kunwari, business combi. So, net income, 2.1. So, amortization of excess tayo. So, yung equipment, amortize natin. So, magkano? Ang differential, 1.2. No? 1.2. Now, anong in remaining useful life? Okay, tingin ha. Tingin dun sa first bullet. Second sentence. It had gone through 60% of its 25-year cycle. So, meaning, yung natitirang 40% doon sa 25 years na yun, yung remaining useful life. So, 25 times 0.4, 10 years. Di ba, bongga? That's 120,000. Amortization of excess, so expense yan. No? What else? Yung lupa, hindi naman din-depreciate. Sira ulo lang gagawa nun. So, how much is your adjusted profit? So, 2,100 minus 120, that is 1980. Get 25%, that is the share in profit of the associate. So, SPA. So, 1980 times 0.25, lalabas for 95,000. Again, ang bilis ko. Bagalan natin. In-adjust ko kasi yung net income, no? Para to account for the amortization of excess. So, yung 2.1 million na hilaw pa, ginawa ko siyang malinis. Okay? So, inayos ko yung equipment na 120k. Saan galing? 1.2 million divided by 10. Saan galing yung 10? Tingin sa second sentence ng first bullet. It had gone through 60% of its 25-year life cycle. So, meaning, yung 60% ng gamit, 40% natitira. So, 40% times 25, 10. 10 years. Yung remaining useful life. O, diba? So, 1.2 million divided by 10, 120k. Walang problema. So, 2.1 minus 120k, 1980. 1,980,000. Okay? That's your adjusted net income for amortization of any excess. Times 25% for 95. So, yan ang share in profit ko. Next. Meron daw akong 2.1 million in cash dividends. Di easy. 2,100,000 times... Ay, mali ako. 10.8 pala. Bobo. Sorry. Nabura. Di pala 2.1 na. Duling lang. 10.8 pala dapat. Tao lang. So, 10.8 minus 120, that is 10,680. Kaya pala parang kulang. Ang liit ng values. So, that is 10,680 million. Get 25%. That is 2,670. Finally, tama na siya. Ay. Okay. So, dito na siya. 2,670 debit. Share in profit. No? Next, meron tayong dividend. So, sisiw na lang yan. Sisiw na lang yung dividends niyan. 2,100,000. Get 1/4. 525 credit. Okay. Next. Meron tayong isa pang translation gain daw, sabi. Alam mo na-encounter nyo na yan, aware naman kayo na ang translation gain ay OCI. At pag may OCI, hati rin tayo. So, get 25%. That's 200k dito. If you want to know more about translation, abangan nyo po ang content namin for December before your finals. Kasi I'll be discussing translation of financial statements for Business Combi, and I'll also be discussing more odd probs if ever kailangan pa. Kasi feeling ko baka umabot kayo ng PPE after this. I don't know. Okay, anong point? Ayun na. So, kumpleto na tayo. Beginning balance, share in profit. Wait lang, hindi ko may OBS ko. Share in profit, share in OCI, and dividends. So, that is, ano pa ng company to? Margaret. So, Margaret, investment associate. So, magkano po ang ating total? Oh God. Total ending balance ng ating T account. And palakihin ko na para makita nyo. So, 14 million plus 2,670 plus 200 minus 525. Magkano ang ating total ending inventory? Total ending balances. What is the ending balance? The ending of the investment in ASOC? Magkano, guys? Kaya pa? Kaya pa, guys? Kung nababagalan kayo, sensya na. Para sana gusto ko syempre lahat makasunod, makaintindi. So, magkano, guys? Magkano ang ending balance? How much? Okay, sirit na? Sirit na ba? Okay, 16,345 ang ating ending balance. So, official answer for number 2. Okay, next, sa session gain na tayo. Dali na lang yan actually. It's a lot easier than you expect. Kasi how do you answer that? No? Parang gain on sale lang talaga yun, literal. Yun lang. Parang gain on sale lang. Especially pag realized gain. So, paano? Debit cash. Okay, how? How much? Makinig tingin sa last part. Fair value and broker's fees were 618.5. So, meaning, 680 yung fair value, 5 yung cost to sell. So, basic, fair value less cost to sell. 680 minus 5, 675. Kasi syempre, para mabenta mo yung ng 680, gagastos ka ng 5. So, bale, magkano na yung pera na tanggap mo? 675. O, diba? Times how many shares kaya yan? Sabi daw, 40% ng hawak mo. Okay. Ano bing hawak ko? 25% ng 100. So, what is 25% of 100? 25,000. No? Again, saan galing yung 1/4 o 25%? Ay, sa taas, 1/4 of the 100,000 outstanding shares. No? So, basically, madaming percentage to. Pinapalito ko kayo para masanay kayo sa exam. Lalo na pag ang gumawa ng exam, sanay kayo, no? So, again, analyze. How did you get that 25,000? 1/4 of the 100,000. So, 1/4 times 100K, 25,000. Pero sabi sa number 3, how much to realize cessation gain? Assuming binenta mo 40% ng hawak mo. So, 40% nito, ibibenta mo. So, times 40%. Okay? So, again, saan galing 40% given? 40% ng yung hawak mo. Ano yung hawak mo? Yung 25,000. O, di ba bongga? Dahan-dahan lang ang pagka-analyze. So, 675 times 25,000 times, wait lang 675 times 25, times 40%, 6,750,000, na? Yan na. Credit Credit Margaret. Investment in associate. How much? Tingin sa ending balance, 16,345. So, get 40% niyan. So, 16,345 times 40% is 6,538. O, di ba bongga? Yun lang naman yun eh. Basic lang talaga. So, ano napansin mo? Nakatanggap ako ng 6,750 kasi nakapagbenta ako ng 6,538. Tubo? Lugi. Tubo, gain. How much gain? 212,000. Is that it? No. Not yet. Not yet. Remember, meron kang share in OCI. Ito, yung 200,000. So, yung OCI na yan, remember, pag may nabenta kang portion yan or na-realize na, remember, realize na yan. No? Kaya, yung 200,000, also get 40% of that. Okay? So, gagawin natin is debit, share in OCI, credit gain on cessation. And on cessation. Okay? So, magkano to? 200,000 times 40%, 80,000. So, bale, magkano ang total gain on cessation natin? Yung naka-color red, add mo. 292,000. That's the official answer for number 3. Okay? Ngayon, paano naman kung unrealized gain ang pinag-uusapan on cessation? E di gawin yung pang 60%. Tinan mo. Debit cash. This time, sabi unrealized. So, ano yung presyo? This time, gamitin mo yung 680. Ha? Bakit yung kanina gamit ko 675? Doon kasi actually, may na-realize ka talaga. May nabenta ka. Dito lang, parang what if nabenta mo yung 60,000? 60% rather. Okay? Kaya 680 times 25K times 60%. Yeah, tama. So, magkano lalabas dyan? So, ang lalabas dyan, 10-2. At sa pinaka-ibaba na pala ako nagsulat. Okay, take 2. Debit cash, 10.2. Credit, investment, hindi, Margaret. Magkano? Tingin sa T-account. Ang pwede natin gawin, iparang T-account ko. So, i-credit itong 6538. Magkano natira? 16,345 minus 6538, 9807 natira. No? So, yan ngayon yung parang what if scenario ko. So, parang invento lang ako ng journal entry as if nagbenta. Okay? So, credit Margaret, 9807. Ano napansin mo? Nakatanggap ako ng 10.2 kasi nakapagbenta ako ng 9807. Kumita, lugi. Kumita, how much? 393. Ibahin ko yung kulay. This is unrealized gain on cessation, UGC. Okay? Next. Same goes kanina, yung sa share in OCI. Share in OCI, unrealized gain on cessation. How much? So, kung 200, 40% kanina, so 60% tayo ngayon. So, how much is 60%? It's 100. Ayoko ng blue. Wag blue. Gamit akong yellow. So, 60%. So, 120K. Si 120K, isaksak ko dito. So, pag inat ko yung naka-blue, yan yung total unrealized. So, bale, 120 plus 393, 513. So, in short, how do you get the unrealized? Gawin mo yung pang ganito. Pero ang gawin mo lang is, parang what if scenario, what if nabenta ko siya, yung natitirang 60%. Yun yung point ng unrealized gain on cessation. Pero pag gain on cessation, parang gain on sale lang. But don't forget the share in OCI. Kasi tandaan, pag nabenta na at wala nang silbi OCI, realize na yon. Okay? Any more questions before I end the lecture? Especially to our 5 viewers, baka may tanong kayo dyan, mga kapatid. Kung may tanong man kayo, please let me know before I end anything. Before I end this. Any questions? Concerns? Violent reactions? Okay, wala na? Kaya pa guys? Last problem na to, wala na ako i-discuss. Lahat ang i-discuss ko ay para bukas na. Hindi na ako magtuturo today. Tomorrow naman uli. So, before anything else, again, as I said, any questions to our 5 viewers out there? Baka may tanong? Baka may concern? Anything? Okay? So, parang wala na. So, kung wala na, thank you very much for attending our first part of the lecture series in auditing problems, or rather, our lecture series for a cause. sa ating Typhoon Ulysses and Typhoon Roddy victims. So, once again, please don't forget to donate to our cause. The details are down below in the description. Huwag pong kakalimutan. Also, please hit the subscribe button. Always hit the notification bell to be notified sa aming latest maganap. Follow us on social media. All details are down below. Also, follow us on Twitter at Mandudukot. Follow my personal Twitter. And kung wala nang iba, I will be seeing you guys tomorrow for the discussion on the audit of debt investments. Thank you all and good afternoon. Goodbye.